Morning, good morning. Welcome back, welcome back. Well, I got it all together, pulled it back. Hey, Tanya, good morning. Pulled it together. Sometimes you just got to step back and pull it together. Good morning, Vanessa. Good morning, Eloise. Good morning, Tasha. Good morning, Miss Meek. If you're new to this scope, definitely tell me your name. Good morning, Miss Z, and where you're coming in from. Good morning, Pastor Bowell. Welcome back. Good morning, Arlisa. I appreciate you in advance. Good morning, Wonder Woman. Welcome, sis. Good morning, Miss K Special. Hey, Regina. Hey, C. Lacey Donovan. Hey, Kanina. If I miss saying good morning to you, definitely good morning. Good morning, Andrina. I appreciate you sharing this scope. Hey, Marilyn in the house. I'll be in Maryland, I think, in July. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Allie. I got it. I ain't got to call you Wonder Woman no more. Thank you, Marriage of God, for inviting followers. Regina for inviting followers. Marriage of God for inviting followers. Arlisa, C. Lacey Donovan, Miss LT75 for sharing on Twitter. Oh, you're more than welcome. Just what I was feeling at the time. Thank you, MBB Salon, for inviting followers. Pastor Bower for inviting followers. Regina for sharing on Twitter. Kanina for inviting followers. Good morning, Miss Encourager. Tell me your name, where you're coming in from. Miss Z for inviting followers. Wonder Woman for inviting followers. Rita Pardo for sharing on Twitter. Regina for sharing on Facebook. Cindy for sharing on Twitter. Good morning, Tamala. Thank you for inviting followers. Good morning, Dawn. Cindy for inviting followers. Envio Clothing for sharing on Twitter. We're going to be talking about fear today. Welcome back, Melly Mail. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Tanya. Yes, good morning. Good morning, Age Unlimited. Yes, good morning, Ruth. Thank you for sharing on Twitter. Thank you, Como, for inviting followers. Thank you, Jordan, for inviting followers. Yes, consistency is critical. Good morning, Alex, for sharing on Twitter. Coach Lila for inviting followers. Melly Mel for inviting followers. You guys rock. Coach Lila for sharing on Twitter. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today we're going to be talking about that ugly word, that ugly F word. We're going to be dropping F-bombs this morning. Good morning, Kim. Good morning, Aaron. Thank you for inviting followers. Yes, we're going to be dropping F-bombs this morning, not the other ones. Thank you, Aaron, for sharing on Twitter. You guys are amazing. If you don't share the scope, you're a hater. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today we're going to be talking about F-bombs. Say what? Say what? She done went from praying and dropping F-bombs. Good morning, Vet. Thank you, Age Unlimited, for sharing on Facebook. If you're on an iPhone, you can now share on Facebook. So make sure you bring your Facebook team on board. But today we're going to be talking about fear. Thank you, Tasha, for inviting followers. Yes, say what? Good morning, Corey. And fear to me has two different meanings. For those of you who don't know who I am, briefly. Yes. Thank you, Miss J, for inviting followers. Thank you, Yvette, for sharing on Facebook. I appreciate that. Okay, Tennessee, give me your name. Thank you, Melly Mel. I appreciate that. That's that Carmex working overtime. You are not a hater, Regina. I know that's right. If you're not a hater, share this scope. If you like what you hear, definitely follow me and come back. Girl, it was late, Miss LT, but it was good. Go back and watch it. Good morning, Kidpreneur Mom. Thank you for inviting followers. Welcome back. And so today, Chanel, good morning, Breezy. Today we're going to be talking about the F word, that F-bomb. And what I mean by that is, I mean fear. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Danielle Patterson Winningham, former JP Morgan Chase Vice President, and now business consultant. Thank you, Lisanne Creation, for sharing on Twitter, and Arlisa for sharing on Facebook. A business consultant that helps you get in touch with what's keeping you from growing your bottom line revenue. I'm the bottom line girl, former, yes. And so if you didn't get to see the scope this morning, I talked about sometimes when you're on your journey to success, you fall under attack. Thank you, Mary Rick, for inviting followers. And what I mean by that is that if you really think back to the time where you weren't doing anything instructive in your life, you probably didn't have many challenges. But the minute you get out there and start trying to do something different, start trying to improve your life, start trying to help others, start trying to elevate, start trying to leave your job, then the devil rears his ugly head. Somebody say amen if you've seen that before. And so this morning we just talked through that. So if you didn't watch that scope, definitely go back, check it out, hard it up on the scope. But you know, today we're going to be talking about one of the tools that the devil used, that F word. You understand what I'm saying? That F word, and that F word is fear. And it's one or two ways you can look at fear. And you got to remember that. Oh, thank you for your government name, Leslie. I got you. Y'all make sure you tell me your government name so I can keep up. But it's one or two ways you can look at fear. You can look at fear as forget everything and run, or you can look at fear as face everything and rise. I'm going to say it again. You can look at fear as forget everything and run, or you can look at fear as face everything and rise. Thank you, Don, for sharing on Twitter. Hey, good morning, Financial Freedom. Yes, say rise if you choose to rise, because see, it's a choice. Somebody say rise. Somebody say rise. See, it's a choice, and it's a choice that you literally have to make every single day. Every single day, because of the way we are built, because of the way we are conditioned, because of the way our mind thinks, because of, hey, good morning, Mariama, because of the way we are. Every single day, we're going to have doubts. We're going to have doubts about the greatness that God gave us. We're going to have doubtness about our skills. We're going to have doubts about what to charge people. We're just human. We're going to have doubts. And so every single day, you got to claim it. Every single day, you got to face everything and rise every single day. Every single day. It doesn't mean 2 or 3 days, a week. It doesn't mean when things are easy. It means every single day. And somebody just a moment ago said, thank you for your consistency. Thank you, Tam and Mariama, for inviting followers. I appreciate you guys. You know, it's easy to rise when things are easy. Thank you, Tam, for sharing on Twitter. It's easy to rise when things are going your way. It's easy to rise when everything is hunky-dory. But see, you got to rise even when things are not going your way. You've got to rise. Good morning, Mr. Crystal. You got to rise even when you see obstacles on the horizon. And that's when it's even more important that you rise. Anybody can rise when stuff is going good. It's up to you to rise even when things, good morning, Cisco Kid Chick. Hey, good morning. It's up to you to rise even when things look bleak. That's right, Jordan, that mustard seed faith, or just some mustard on your sandwich. Either way, whatever encourages you. Thank you, Minister Crystal, for sharing on Twitter, and Sister Sonia for inviting followers, Tamisha for inviting followers. You guys share on Twitter too. I appreciate you. And so it takes that ultimate faith, you understand what I'm saying, to move forward even when the situation looks bleak. Even when the situation looks less than promising. Thank you, Tamisha and Tiffany, for sharing on Twitter, and Unique by Designs for inviting followers. Tiffany for inviting followers, Sharon for, say it again, for the cheap seats. Yes, anybody can make it when it's easy. Anybody can make it when things don't look opposing. Thank you, Tamisha, for sharing on Facebook. But it's up to you to make it when things don't look quite so clear. So let's talk about some ways you can do that. And somebody put the tips up on the screen for me so we can keep people caught up. Number one, good morning, Soul Food Search. Thank you guys for inviting followers. Number one, take time to ground yourself in your faith. Let me tell you something. Since I've been on this journey to get up every morning and share my devotional with you guys, the minute I started doing it, the devil wanted to act a fool. But it doesn't matter if the building is burning down around you. You better off spending your time praying to God to send the fire department than going to get a bucket for water. I'm going to repeat that again for the cheap seats. You got to start dedicating a portion of your day to grounding yourself in your faith. Because see, that faith will shine a light on the foolishness. Faith is a flashlight. Faith will shine a light on your foolishness. So if you're in the midst of a fire and the building is crumbling as opposed to you with your earthly hands and your earthly miracles and your earthly strength and your earthly power. Good morning, Felicia. Instead of you trying to address it yourself, you need to take time to say, God, send the fire department and some people with buckets. Somebody say amen. And so regardless as to how busy you get, when you feel that fear creeping up in the back of your neck, start praying. When you feel that fear inhibiting you from growing your business, start praying. When you feel that fear locking you in, an inability to make a decision, start praying. When you feel that fear having you distracted by stuff that don't even matter, start praying. When you are under attack, start praying. You really just can't pray too much. You really just can't pray too much. You don't. Yes. When you feel yourself being pulled on, start praying, because he can come in and fill you up. That's number one. You got to take the time to stay grounded in your faith, because when you start being grounded in your faith, you'll understand what you really need to be afraid of. And what you really need to be afraid of is not leaving your gifts and talents on this earth. Somebody say amen. What you really need to be afraid of is on Judgment Day, when he asked you, why didn't you go out there and speak to thousands of people and help them with the struggles that you had? Why didn't you write that book so you could tell a word to thousands of people to keep them grounded? Why didn't you start that business? Why didn't you start that coaching group? Why didn't you? And when he asked you that, you're going to be looking crazy, because you really had no reason other than fear. So that's number one. Is you got to take the time to stay grounded in your faith. Number two is you've got to take the time. Y'all on the same line, you and Miss Ruth. I can't wait till we all meet. It's coming. We're going to meet very soon. You got to take the time every day to visualize your success. You've got to take the time every single day to see the vision of what God has for you. Because see, something about that vision will power you on. Something about that vision will help you stay the course. Something about that vision will excite you. Something about that vision will give you courage. Something about that vision will motivate you. Somebody say the vision. The vision. The vision of where you're going, and it has absolutely nothing to do with where you are right now. That's the beauty of the vision. And that's why it's so important, thank you, Tanya, that you take time to visualize where you're going, because you may be in the worst of worst situations right now, but he did not put you here to stay in that situation. He did not put you here to stay in that situation. That situation may be there to teach you something. Or it may be there for you to understand something. It may be there because it's not your time yet. Y'all better tap the screen for hearts, because I know this is a word. You got to take the time every single day. Yes. Why didn't you, Jordan? Don't make him ask. So within that time that you're spending with the Lord, when you finish that, you've got to turn around and say, Lord, show me where I'm going. Show me my vision of success. That's why I love that song. That's why I praise him in advance. I've had my share of ups and downs. Times when there was no one around. God came and spoke these words to me. Praise will confuse the enemy. See, so even when you're going through, even when it don't look good, I'm back to that. Even when you're in the most dire of situations, it is up to you to be able to visualize the greatness that he has in store for you. And you can't ever doubt it. It's up to you. Number 3 is the hardest part. You got to confront fear. You've got to confront fear. I'm going to give you some tips on how, but you've got to confront fear. You've got to confront fear. You've got to. There's no other way around it. Because see, when you're running and hiding from fear, right? What you're saying is, God, I don't trust you enough to take me through. So if you're fearful of expanding your business, if you're fearful of bringing on new employees, if you're fearful of doing something new in your business that has the potential to take your business to the next level, more often than not, we sit in indecision so long that we're missing money. I told y'all the story the other day about a new client of mine, and she knew about me a couple of years ago. The Spirit told her a couple of years ago, hey, B, a couple of years ago, that she should hire me. A couple of years ago, the Spirit told her. But she sat in indecision for 2 years. Good morning, Dr. Butler. Thank you for sharing on Twitter. And when she finally hired me, the first day we sat down together, I was able to show her how to put an additional $144, good morning, Sabrina, $1,000 on paper, doubling her income from last year. Why is that important? Because had she hired me 2 years ago, she'd be $300,000 in revenue to the positive right now. I said $250,000 to the positive. Anytime you delay your actions, you're losing time. Do y'all realize it's January 21st? Do y'all realize that? We are 21 days into the new year. How many of you started the new year crunk? Started the new year ready? Started the new year gonna do this? Started the new year gonna do that? Started the new year when the ball dropped. Started the new year said, I'm finna start over. And when that ball dropped, you got scared and you took out running. Somebody say me. Just tell the truth about it. You said this year is gonna be different, but when the ball dropped, you backed up off of it. I'm just saying, because see, you know what they say, the truth will set you free, but see, you got to acknowledge the lie first. The truth can't free you unless you tell the truth first. And so it happens to the best of us. I'm telling you, this year, it did not happen to me. And even more so, the more I pushed for the things that I knew I wanted to happen, the more I struggled to get them happening. But what I said was, this year I will not be denied. This year, somebody say this year I will not be deterred. This year I will not be delayed. This year I will not allow fear to hold me hostage. This year I will not delay in making business decisions. This is a year of growth. This is a year of revenue. This is due season. This is my season, and I'm going to take advantage of everything that God has for me in this season. And in order for me to do that, I cannot operate in fear. I refuse. This is due season. And so I will do, hey, church lady, I will do everything that is required of me in this season. If that means it's going to make me push a little more, my team will tell you. They will tell you if it does not feel like we're getting to where I said we needed to be this year, we need to meet. We need to talk. I need to get an understanding. Where's the bottleneck? What's the holdup? And I'm not mad at nobody. I'm just saying in this season, I will not back down from what I know is going. Yes, I talked about David and Goliath yesterday. This season, I will not back down for what I know will carry me to the next level. It's due season. So you got to confront fear. I got one better than that. Sometimes you got to chase fear out of town. Sometimes you got to, remember them old Westerns? It wasn't enough that they beat the villain. It wasn't enough that they beat him in the gunfight. What it was they had to chase him out of town. And so sometimes you got to chase fear out of town with your prayer, with your actions, with your determination, with your tenacity, with your perseverance. You got to say, fear, beat your feet up. Kick rocks, fear. You got to move around. And I'm telling you, it will make a world of difference. This town ain't big enough for the both of us. That's right. You don't have to go home, but you got to get out of here. That's right. I'm telling you, once you start talking crazy to fear, because fear don't like being talked to crazy. Fear likes you to be afraid. That's why fear is fear. And so once you start talking cuckoo to fear, jump bad with fear, pop off with fear, do fear, come for fear. Like the children say, I didn't come for you. You came for me. And I didn't send for you. Yes, come for fear. Chase fear out of town. You know, wake up expecting fear sitting there and have a baseball bat waiting on him. You got to do fear wrong for fear to stay up off of you. Somebody just say amen. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. What you say, Lila? This town ain't big enough for the both of us fear. Somebody got to move around. And it ain't gonna be me, cause see, I'm in the purpose land. I ain't in the promised land. I'm in the purpose land. I'm where God told me to go to. He said, go over there and do that. And so if fear is standing there when I get there, it is up to me to beat fear up out of my spot. You're in my spot, fear. You need to move around, fear. This ain't your spot, right? This mind ain't big enough for the both of us, right? Yes, Jordan. Yes, let us lay aside every weight. Yes, stomp fear in the head. Yes. Or as people say, beat fear to a pulp. When I hear people say that, I say, did you mean pulp? Because you don't want to beat fear into the pulp. You want to beat him into a pulp. Right. PLP. Like as in orange, the matter. Right. This here is my territory. You got to tell fear. You got to tell fear. You got to chase fear out of town. You got to be real about the fear too. How bad could it be? How bad could it be? Whatever it is you're facing, if it's not life-threatening, how bad could it be? Thank you, Letitia, for inviting followers. How bad could it be, really? Like, what's the worst that fear could do to you? Really? It's a bunch of y'all out there that's scared to do Periscope. Somebody say me. Don't lie to kick it this morning. Some of you out there, and I know y'all gonna get mad at me for calling folks out. Yeah, you in my seat, Phil. Move, please. That seat has my name on it. Oh, don't call yourself names. You an Obama monkey. Yeah. It ain't even about a morning person. I'm just saying. Some of y'all out there are afraid to do Periscope. You got to be fear in the head. You know, knowledge is a big tool against fear. Yeah, you know what it is. I ain't even saying no names. A lot of times we're fearful because we don't have one of two things. Number one, we may not have the support we feel like we need. And number two, we may not have the knowledge that we feel like we need. And so it's up to us to equip ourselves with the knowledge. Because what will happen is we'll be so fearful that we're not counting the cost of what's at stake. I'm going to repeat that again. We're so busy being afraid that we're not really quantifying what we truly do have to lose. And so if you're not on Periscope with your business, what is it that you have to lose? More business, more revenue, an opportunity to grow your business. And so you may just think that, yes, knowledge gives you confidence. Absolutely, Yvette and Rita. Knowledge gives you confidence. Yes. And, you know, it's okay to seek the knowledge. That's one of the reasons that I'm doing that Periscope training tonight. And that's one of the reasons that I'm going to make that Periscope training available on my website, is to give people the knowledge. 5 months ago, I was afraid of Periscope. 5 months ago, I was scared of video, period. Meerkat, Periscope, the Vine. Do it for the Vine. I ain't going to do it. I was afraid of all video. And so I had to confront my fear. I had to go and seek an understanding. I had to understand, what does video mean for revenue in my business? Yes, do it for the Vine. I ain't going to do it. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do revenue. I wouldn't do video, period. 5 months ago. And now 2 million hearts and 3,000 followers. And probably 200 clients later, I understand why my brand manager told me a long time ago to get my butt on Periscope. That's right. Without wise counsel, the people perish. Good morning, Tiki. And so here I am today on January 21st saying that if your plan was to grow your business this year, if that was your plan, what are you waiting for? 7 p.m. tonight, $26 to get you out of your fear zone of Periscope and to help you really understand what you're missing by being fearful. Like Jordan say, Periscope is a tool. If you're not using it, it's time out for playing small. And Periscope is a tool that will take your business international if you're not already. I had international clients before Periscope. I have even more now. I had clients in other cities before Periscope. I have even more now. I had followers in other cities before Periscope. I have even more now. I haven't seen it show up yet, Cindy, but I see people using it. I think they have a phased approach. But, my point being, yes, I was wearing, let me tell y'all, look, Sharon gonna call me out. So when I first started doing Periscope, I would wear sunglasses. And the reason I would wear sunglasses is I would blink like this, like the entire time I was talking. I could not make eye contact with the camera. And I would reach for words. I would be thinking. And so I just put sunglasses on and I kept going. And one day it was like, girl, you don't need them glasses no more. Take them glasses off. And that's the truth. I can tell you some stories about, me in these videos. It was a struggle. But, was it worth it? Yes. And so you have to realize, too, that fear stands in the way when there's a prize beyond the back door. And so fear is like the bodyguard that stands in front of the door. So you got to ask yourself, why is fear popping up here? Is that fear keeping me from my blessing? Repetition is the mother of all skill. And Malcolm Gladwell talks about the 10,000 hour rule, right? And the 10,000 hour rule is basically anything you do a lot, you're going to get good at. You're going to, overcome, not only the fear, but you're also going to, thank you, EC Authority. You're also, you can see them first videos. Them first videos was a hot mess. I talked too fast. I would lose my way. I would lose my point. Yes, you better tell them, Rita. Periscope is definitely, yes, you become an expert. You move quickly from apprentice to master. And so when I started doing a scope a day and then a scope a day every day for 7 days and then a couple of scopes a day, those videos were horrible to me, Sharon. They were. And you know what? It didn't matter because people were getting a word. If you're getting a word today, say me. And you have to ask yourself, who's waiting on my product? Who's waiting on my service? Who's waiting on me? Who's waiting on my information? Who's waiting on a connection from me? Somebody out there is waiting on what you have to offer. And anytime, Paul 4 inches of fun, he just went on and admitted it. Anytime you got something that'll help people, you have to do what you have to do to get it out there. So I hope some of you will join us. The classes I do, I'm telling you, they're worth hundreds of dollars. But guess what? $26 and some freedom. Yes, it will keep debt away. If you're out there and you need to earn more revenue, you need to grow your business, you need to grow your following, you cannot continue. You cannot continue to not be on Periscope. Thank you, Chris. And so join us tonight. Nicole's going to put the link up. 7 p.m. tonight. The benefit, now you can buy this class on my website after tonight, but the benefit of coming tonight is that you get to have a live Q&A with me about Periscope. Let's just talk through your fears. Somebody say talk it out. Somebody say talk it out, because that's my next one. Sometimes we hide our fear from people because we don't want people to know we're afraid. If you've ever done that before, say me. Like the commercial used to say, never let them see you sweat. Say me. Yes, you're going to get an email for tonight. You're definitely going to get an email tonight around noon when the enrollments kind of stop coming in. They're still coming in now. So, you know, how many of you are afraid of something, but you don't tell people you're afraid of it? Sometimes when you even go to open your mouth to say, I'm afraid of this and that, number one, the person may be able to give you some tips to overcome. Number two, have you ever opened your mouth to say you were afraid of something and you realized just how silly it was to be afraid of that thing? And so talking it out, that's what we're going to do tonight. I believe in honoring the people that believe in me and follow me to trainings and live events and webinars, and they get extra. So yes, the event's going to be posted on my site. You can come back and get it later. But the people that are there tonight are going to get a live Q&A, and we're going to be able to talk it out. You know, and I'll be able to tell you live and in living color, what are some of the things I did to get over it? Because I had to get over it. You know, and it ain't an excuse you're going to be able to throw at me tonight that's going to allow you to walk away from this training and not realize what you're missing by not being on Periscope. So whatever you're afraid of, you got to start talking it out. And it's best you talk, hey, Fatima, to someone who can help you. And not just anybody. Don't talk to, don't just talk to somebody who, I'm just going to talk to her. If she going through the same thing you're going through, she can't help you. Does that make sense? This one is critical too. Stop seeking perfection. How many of you feel like you got to have your wig split and your makeup done to get on Periscope? Somebody say me. You feel like you got to have an outfit. You got to have your jewelry together. You got to have this. You got to have that. Come on, somebody say me if that's the truth. And in seeking that perfection, we're losing out. I am far, far from perfect on a day like today. On a day like today, I did good to get my wig brushed. And I did good to get some Carmex on. Whose eyelashes? You gotta, no, it don't work like that on Periscope. It don't work like that on Periscope. Let me tell you something. True people on Periscope are here for the word. They're here for what you're going to give them. They're here for the seed that you're going to sow into their life. How many of you know that a farmer is not cute when he's out there planting seeds for your food, the food you're going to eat every day? That farmer is not worried about getting cute. He's got work to do. You've got work to do. You can't always let the fact that I don't have the perfect content, I don't have the perfect words, I don't have the perfect outfit, my hair ain't just right, you know what a man told me, and I have alopecia, it makes my hair fall out. Yes, you can only be fake for so long on Periscope if you want to be consistent. I had a man when I first came on Periscope, and I have alopecia that makes my hair fall out. And so one of the first people I met on Periscope was like, where are your eyebrows? I laughed at him and kept doing my scope. And so when it's all said and done, you can't allow anything to keep you from your blessings. You can't. So stop trying to get everything just right. Somebody post the link for me for tonight again, please. bit.ly/scope, SCOPE stars, STARS 2016, because this is about making you a star in your business. Don't be on Scope scoping about sweet potato pies. Don't be on Periscope scoping about the weather. Don't be on Periscope scoping about this and that. Be on Periscope talking about your business, growing your business, growing your targeted followers, growing your audience. And so stop seeking perfection. How many of you are still planning from the first of the year? Say me. You still planning, yet to get into action, yet to do. But we done already told you, this is due season. Say me, if you know you had a plan for 2016 and you still over there, that's okay, EC Authority. You ain't by yourself. Somebody just don't want to tell the truth this morning. And you still over there debating about the plan, delaying the plan, procrastinating on the plan, trying to put the finishing touch. Girl, SNH Hill, don't make me fall out. Don't do that. Yes. Wash that face, gloss them lips, and come on. That's right, Jordan. So you got to get out of planning mode because you're planning for perfection. And to be honest with you, the best way to learn is to fall. If I get on Periscope today and I do something I don't quite like, I'm not going to do it tomorrow. So I'm learning. But I promise you, that person that leaves the gate, good morning, Yes Lioness. Thank you for sharing. Yes, I saw that jump video. The person that leaves the gate is by far going to exceed you, even if they don't have the best product. How many of you believe in your product and service? Say me. Thank you, Brandy, for inviting followers. If you believe in your gifts and your talents and your skills and your products and your services, say me. Thank you, Mia, for sharing on Twitter. Say me. Because what I mean is that if you believe in it, what's making you not move forward with it? If you know it's going to help somebody, if you know it's going to bless somebody, you best make the investment you need to move your gifts forward. Thank you, Sweet Tree, for inviting followers. There's no reason for you to be in the closet with your gifts. What I tell y'all, if Bruce Jenner can come out the closet, you can too. Come on now. It's no seed to hide. There's no reason to hide what God gave you. Y'all better tap that screen for hearts. I see blue and red. I need to get some colors. So, and that's the last tip, is just going back to the basics and knowing what you're good at so that fear doesn't overwhelm you. Knowing what knowing what you're good at so that fear doesn't take you out. Knowing that God gave you a gift, wrapped it nice, and it's up to you to do something with it. So you cannot allow fear to hold you back. And if fear's holding you back, get someone to hold you accountable. Come to the training tonight so you can meet some people, so you can be held accountable, so you can get some support. Stop making up reasons why you're not, and come up with ways that you can. What the little engineer could say, I think I can. I think I can. There's no reason, if you're in need of revenue, for you not to be on Periscope every day. The more you do it, take the course, the better you are. And so, start by speaking in small groups. Start by just perfecting the way you introduce yourself. And then, I think you can. And then, grow from there. That's the number one fear of speaking, is speaking in public. And so you're not by yourself. But yes, inch by inch is a cinch. But yard by yard, it becomes hard. And there's a Chinese philosopher that says the journey of 1,000 steps begins with just, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with just one step. So you got to start somewhere. And the somewhere may not look good. Bill Gates' first computer probably didn't look good. Steve Jobs' first iPad, iPhone, it probably didn't look good. Oprah's first show that she recorded probably didn't look good. And y'all know when Tyler Perry started on the Chitlin circuit with them in-house made VCR tapes. Come on now, it didn't look good. But because he didn't allow the fact that it didn't look good to keep him off his path, he's a billionaire. Oprah didn't allow the fact that it didn't look good to keep her. I know Oprah was afraid of that camera because she's a big girl, and that's my fear. I told y'all that yesterday. But I can't keep hiding from the obvious. And so if Oprah can get out there, say, I'm a big girl, I'm going to get out there anyway, I can get out there. You just got to start talking to yourself about this fear thing, and you cannot allow it to hold you hostage. So if you're going to join us tonight in class, Break through the fear mode. Get you some tips that are going to propel you forward. Girl, Florida, I'm not going to go there with you this morning. I've got a gorgeous spirit. Let me say that. I've got gorgeous knowledge. I believe that. I do. I have a gorgeous mind. I do. And then I will embrace that. Yes. So if you're going to join me on the class tonight, if you're going to take the first step by joining the class tonight, say me, please, so I can know who to expect. We already have quite a few people. You know, I'm so proud of the people. Yes, I have a gorgeous spirit. I have gorgeous knowledge, which I share readily. I do. I appreciate you guys. Join me tonight. $26 is a great investment to just break the yoke of fear, break the spirit of fear. The link is bit.ly/plan. Say Scope Stars 2001-6. See what I'm talking about? It ain't gonna always be perfect. Buy a slip van, but you gonna always be under attack. Just expect the attack and just ride with the attack. bit.ly Scope Stars 2016. We're going to get you out the starting blocks tonight. Somebody ready? Somebody say ready. The link is on the title to this scope too. bit.ly. I think I put it out there. bit.ly/scope SCOPE stars 2016. Somebody say ready. Because if not today, when? You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing like getting started with a group of people. That's one of the reasons I said, okay, I'm going to do my early morning dedication with some folks to keep me grounded, to keep me on it, you know? It's nothing like having a group of people around you. And I promise you I'm going to spit fire. I am going to spit fire on this session tonight. You're going to be, wow, I can't believe I got all this for $26. You can't beat the collaboration. Dr. Butler, you know Coach Lila? Hey, good morning, Ken. If you missed it, y'all catch the replay. Because, you know, we're just going to break the spirit of fear over some people today. Somebody say amen. We're going to equip people with some tools to move into the light today. Somebody say amen. We're going to move your business and your revenue into a different stratosphere. Say amen. You know, this is just a powerful tool. And I'm going to be honest, I cannot wait to meet all of you guys in person. I cannot wait to meet save the date, May 15th. When you get your income tax check, you need to make arrangements to show up. We're still choosing the where, but you need to make arrangements to show up and put your hands on not just me, but put your hands on some other people you've met on Periscope and put your hands on some business deals that you need other people to pull off and just sit in a room and collaborate. Hey, Betty Hicks and Sheila, I'll be in Maryland in July. I'll definitely let you know. But, you know, I want you guys to all come and meet up. Yes, when you get your income tax. Like Kanye say, whoa, wait till I get my money right. Yes. I ain't got no name for it yet, Sharon. But you can mark your calendar for May 15th. I got a date. I've got a date. I'll be in Atlanta at some point, but y'all got to come see me too. Y'all not going to run me all over the country. Good morning, Hollywood from Massachusetts. It's coming. So I just want to take this opportunity to tell you I love you all. You've got greatness waiting around the corner. You've got to choose what we say, fear. Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. Oh, okay. And so, okay, Shell, thank you. Welcome. And so, you know, I just want you to know that you have to choose. You have a choice to make. We're human, so we have a fight or flight response. We're either going to fight or we're either going to run. But, you know, today I'm asking you, stand your ground. Stand your ground and fight Fight for your dreams. Fight for your vision. Fight for the gifts that God gave you. Fight like somebody took your parking spot at the grocery store. Fight for it like that. Fight for it like somebody called your mama name. Remember when we was little and somebody said your mama? Whoo! Them was fighting words. Somebody say me if you know I'm right. Hey fam, hey Z. Somebody say me if you know I'm right. When we was little, if somebody said your mama, it was shell. It was on jewelry off, baby shoes off, Vaseline on your face. Y'all know I'm not playing. I know I ain't the oldest one on here and the only one that remembers that. If somebody said, ain't your mama pretty, baby, you gonna get thrown out of school. You gonna get thrown off the bus. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. Yes. Yes. Fight for your vision like that. Fight for your, jumping folks. Jewelry off. Yeah, it's going to pop off. Yes. Shoes off. Y'all remember if somebody said your mama, you would fight them so hard that the fight would move. The fight would start at the beginning of the building and go all the way. Meet me in the park. Yes. Meet me after school. Come on now. Come on now. Y'all know, fight for your dreams like that. Fight for your vision like that. Fight for them talents that God gave you like that. Fight for your revenue like that. Fight for your calling like that. Fight to leave your job like that. Like my dear did that woman when that woman took her parking spot at the grocery store. Fight like that. Fight like that. Yeah, meet me at the flagpole. Yeah. Yeah. Meet me at the bus stop. Yeah, when you got off the bus, y'all fight the whole way home. Yeah. Fight just moving. Moving down the street. Fight for your vision like that. I'm just being honest. We got to be careful of what we're willing to fight for. I know you love your mama. I love my mama too. But I'm going to fight for my vision like somebody said your mama. That's how I'm going to fight. That's how I'm going to fight. So I'm encouraging you today to keep up the fight. You got fight or flight. Yeah. Gonna be in jail. Fighting. Grown. Out there fighting because somebody said your mama. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Fight like that. Fight to the finish. For what God has for you. That's right. You got to fight. Fighting is action. Fighting is action. You can't sit still and be in a fight or you can get beat up. So today is about staying the course. Today is about pulling that baseball bat, that tire iron out on fear and beating fear over the head. Today is about jumping fear, putting a pillowcase over fear head. Come on now. Come on now. What my dear say? All my life I had to fight. This ain't no different. But this is the fight of a lifetime. This is the one that matters. It's like you have 75 fights if you're a boxer. But until you get to the one where you fighting for that belt, the other ones is just numbers. The other ones is just numbers. Because when they announce it, they going to say he's 75-2. He 83-4. But still, heavyweight champion of the world. So you got to ask yourself, am I going to be heavyweight champion of my dream? Am I blowing through folks, knocking folks out? Am I training every day? Am I in the fight of a lifetime for my dream? And if you're not, you better tell the ringside ref to let you in. You better strap your hands up and put your boxing gloves on. And when that bell rings, you better be ready to get in that ring and fight. Because you got to ask yourself every day, what do I have to lose? And the answer is everything. Be the heavyweight champion of your dreams. All right? That's right. You the champion. Everybody else fighting for what you leave on the table. But to be honest, God got enough for everybody. So don't delay your fight. You got a choice. You can forget everything and run or face everything and rise. Love you guys. Do not forget to register bit.ly/ScopeStars 2016. I'll be back on about 4:30 today, but I'm gonna see you guys tonight in class because tonight we breaking some chains. Tonight we gonna force fear to find a new habitat because fear can't stay here. I love you too. Love you too, sis. Bye, guys.